Novati launching a stablecoin on Stellar is big news, but what's happening here runs way deeper. And it ties into how central banks around the world are rethinking money itself. And it's important to keep in mind that Novati isn't just a regular payment company. Novati wrapped up a CBDC pilot in Australia, and a lot of people miss the fact that they built it on Stellar. When they did this, they issued a stablecoin that's backed one-to-one with Australia's EAUD. That's the Reserve Bank's official digital currency. So now this is central bank-backed money moving on-chain. And trust has always been the elephant in the room when it comes to stablecoins. We've all seen what happens when reserves get spoofed and we end up with situations like what happened with Terra Luna. But with this, Novati's trial showed how reserves can be made fully transparent, verifiable in real time, and not have any guesswork involved. One of the most interesting features is a thing called the HTLC, or Hash Time Lock Contract. And basically it's a cryptographic tool that locks funds on both sides for a transaction until certain conditions are met. So you can think of it kind of like an escrow, but hard-coded and automatic. And yeah, that's the same system you'll find in Hyperledger Cacti, which just so happens to include a connector to Stellar. See, the Stellar Development Foundation's been laying the groundwork with central banks for a while. And back in 2021, they were tapped by Ukraine's CBDC pilot. In 2022, they linked up with Mercado Bitcoin to join Brazil's digital currency sandbox. And it's important to keep in mind that Cacti works hand in hand with a secure asset transfer protocol developed by Quant and MIT. It sets the rules for how different blockchains and legacy systems can securely talk to each other. And now, the Reserve Bank of Australia specifically looked for platforms that could demonstrate actual working interoperability between public and private infrastructure. So this isn't just another stablecoin experiment. This was a proof of concept for how central bank money could actually move across networks in a safe, traceable way. Novati isn't just throwing darts when it comes to who they're working with. Their list of partners reads like a short list of serious infrastructure players. Hedera for cross-border trials with Singapore Central Bank, Ripple for global payment flows, XDC for trade finance and on-chain settlement, and now Stellar and CBDC rails. So during their latest trial, Novati got EAUD from the central bank, minted the same amount as wrapped stablecoins on Stellar, and then used that digital money in a real transaction, purchasing NFTs through ZeroCap. That's not just a demo, it's a real-world use case with an audit trail regulators can follow from end to end. With over 80% of central banks exploring CBDC projects, tests like this one are giving us a glimpse of what the global financial infrastructure might actually look like. So pay attention to Stellar because central banks are already kicking the tires.